Hi, this is Dawn Olszewski of DOstampingWithDawn.com, and I'm here with another How'd She Do That video, and we're going to make this cute card. It is a Scallop Tag Topper Punch card. Here's that punch, and it features the cute C Street. It's a new stamp set from Stampin Up, so let's get started. Of course, the first thing that you're going to need is Stampin' Up! Scallop Tag Topper Punch and a piece of cardstock. This is just a half a piece of cardstock. It's 8.5 by 5.5. Now, I'm using Stampin' Up's grid paper. I taught this at a class last month, and I found that if I use Stampin' Up's grid paper and I turned it upside down, I used the measurements at the bottom here to create a sort of template. So let me come in closer and let me show you what I'm talking about here. Get this up here. If you flip the grid paper like I just did, the measurements start in the middle at 0 and work their way out. The benefit of that for this particular project is I can make a template for where I want my punch to land. So I'm going to pull this back out so you can see what I'm talking about. Basically what I did is I found the center of the punch and I lined it up on the 0 point here, and I drew, essentially traced around the punch. And then where the punch starts to go straight, I pulled it out here. Then I took my 5.5 side and I put along the straight edge down here, and I figured where this 0 would center on here. I know it sounds kind of complicated, but really once you get the grid paper out and you put this on here, it makes a lot of sense, and you will have this for every single time that you want to make this type of card. So this is my template. So why is that important? I found when I tried to make these, I'm going to show you how to do these punches. When I tried to do this, you're doing that on opposite sides, and I was finding, I thought I'm just going to eyeball it. And I guess I don't know how to eyeball things very good because they were coming out like one was higher than the other. So I thought this would be a good little template. It would ensure success for all of my stampers who come to the class. So what you want to do is typically, this is 2 inches wide, and you would stick that in, it would slide into this groove, and you could stamp, punch your tag. This time, we're not going to go into the groove. We're just going to slide this in like this. And I want to make sure my template is where it's supposed to be, and then you'll see that if I line up my cardstock here from side to side, I'll get it exactly where I want it. So go ahead and give it a punch at this point, and then we're going to flip it around. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So hopefully at this point you're going, I get what she's trying to do. And there we go. We put my punch back in here. I align it side to side, make sure it's all the way into your punch, and punch it again. And this is what it's going to look like at this point. The next thing you want to do is get out your paper trimmer, and you want to align, see where this kind of groove is in the paper here, where the punch ends. We want to match that opening to the groove, the cutting groove on the paper trimmer. So I'm in that groove. I'm going to push this all the way up. I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Get in that groove, and actually maybe what I'll do is I'll come down from the top on this one, and you'll see it kind of end the cutting, and there you go. You want to do that on the other side as well. So we'll get that there. Make sure you have your cutter there, and do the same thing here. Then you want to take your scoring blade, and I'm going to leave, notice how I'm leaving this in here. I'm going to bring my cutting blade all the way to the end, and then I'm going to use the scoring just to score on this piece here. Okay, that's going to help that fold. Then the next thing that you want to do is we want to do one more score piece because we want the card to be able to fold. So I recommend actually taking this piece that we just scored, and we're going to flip it all the way around, a 180. And then we're going to take this this corner here, and we're going to match it up with the 4 1/4 inch mark, and then we're going to do our final score. And that's really it for this card, the base of the card. Let me show you how it comes together here. All right, so this will fold this way, and this will fold into it here, and look how nicely they match up. About the same height here. I love that. So that's the purpose of that template. Okay, so I'm going to add a decorative panel of designer series paper. This is from the Maritime designer series paper collection. And these have some cute, obviously, nautical sort of themes in it. And it, let's see, it coordinates with Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy, Real Red, and Whisper White. And we'll just attach that real quick, and then we're going to do some punching. Now this would be totally optional, the punching that I'm going to show you next. Got that on there. I'm going to take a 1 3/4 inch, and we're going to create a window in this card. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to open this up. I'm going to come in closer so you can see how I am kind of lining this up. So to make sure that it's more in the center of this area, I can see it's kind of, there is my score line here, so it's coming in about this far, and then the edge of my card is right here, and it's coming in about that far. I'm pushing it all the way in, so roughly it's centered side to side within that front panel. Pretty good. All right, then we're going to add a panel for the inside of the card. Now, I've already stamped these cute little fishies with Coastal Cabana in here, but now I want to just lay this, kind of rest it in the center here, and I'm going to take a pencil, and I'm just going to make a really light little X. I know that's kind of, I think you can probably see that. That's where I want the octopus to show up, okay? So we're going to go ahead and open this up, get out our octopus. He's going to be stamped in Night of Navy. And so there's our X, and he can peek through there. Give it a nice little pressing, and there we go. He's going to work out fabulously. As you can see here, but I'll just kind of rest. See how that works? He's so cute. And then we'll add this happy birthday. This was stamped with the itty bitty banners. It's this set right here. And then of course it has some framelits to match it, so it's easy cut out. And then lastly, we'll add the new Baker's Twine. I love this Baker's Twine. If you were a fan of the Stampin' Up! Celebration Twine, this is the exact same stuff, but in some fun new colors. Their colors are the in colors from that were new last year, so we just have one more year of these, but love, love, love. This is the Coastal Cabana. So if we just go ahead and untie this, this is what our card looks like. How cute is that? So this idea was shared with me on a swap that I got from Brenda Hudricki, and I don't know if this was her original idea or whose idea it was, but I know these are very popular cards right now, and I thought they were kind of hard to make, but as it turns out, they're not that hard after all. So this one's super cute. It has, of course, the baby theme with the lullaby card, and look how cute that is. It's so adorable, and she do a nice job. So thanks for sharing with me this card with me, Brenda. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Be sure to stop by my blog at DOstampingwithDawn.com for lots more creative ideas and inspiration.